Thanks for joining us today. I'm Miro Gacic, Director of Client Engagement and Development at Mandall Immigration Law. If you're here with us today, we're going to be pulling back the curtain on the secret pathway allowing temporary residents to obtain PR without needing a high CRS score. Now, if you're a temporary resident in Canada who's been struggling to get PR, by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how in-the-know temporary residents in Canada are managing to secure PR without ever needing to participate in express entry, apply for refugee status, or be sponsored by a spouse. Now, if you don't know us, we are Mandall Immigration Law. We're one of the fastest growing immigration law firms in all of Canada. Our team has experience spanning over 3 decades of complex legal matters and casework, and we've built one of the first in-firm specialized agency departments in the industry, which has allowed us to successfully file countless compelling agency applications in record time. We have some of the most respected lawyers in the Canadian immigration law landscape within our firm, such as our founder, Austin Mandall, a leading voice in Canadian immigration law and an online immigration law educator with millions of views generated. Mohammed Khan, Director of Legal Operations at our firm with over 10 years of experience and over 1,000 files submitted in his career. Mayank Basin, our Senior Immigration Lawyer who is the head of our Humanitarian and Compassionate Grounds Division with over 100 agency applications successfully filed. And Theo Veltakis, an agency specialist in our firm with extensive experience navigating complex edge cases of agency law, which has given him a proven track record of maximizing agency approval chances both before the IRCC and federal court. Now, these are just some of the hundreds of 5-star reviews our firm has garnered, and many of these individuals were struggling to obtain PR due to low CRS scores. And now you're going to learn exactly how they used the H&C application pathway to obtain PR without needing a high CRS score, right? You're going to learn, secret number 1, why traditional PR pathways are no longer an option. Pathways like express entry, refugee claims, and spousal sponsorship. Secret number 2, the best way to secure PR in 2025 without needing a CRS score of 520 or higher through the agency application. And secret number 3, how to dramatically increase your chances of approval with a proven agency blueprint. Right? Now, secret number 1, to start with why traditional PR pathways are no longer an option, like the express entry, refugee claims, and spousal sponsorship. Well, let's first look at an alarming statistic. How many visas are set to expire in Canada in 2025? Take a moment to take your best guess. The answer, may surprise you, is 4.9 million. 4.9 million visas are set to expire in Canada this year. Now, how many PR spots would you assume are available for these expiring visas? How many of these people will manage to secure a future here in Canada? You may guess potentially half, 2.5 million roughly, or maybe even lower. Maybe you'd guess 1.2 million, a quarter. In either case, you would be wrong by a large margin. The answer, unfortunately, is 395,000. 4.9 million visas set to expire in Canada and only 395,000 PR spots available, right? This is the harsh reality in 2025. Only 1 in 13 temporary residents currently in Canada will manage to secure permanent residency, right? And this doesn't even account for foreign nationals looking to apply for PR from outside of the country. And the truth is, it has never been harder to secure PR in Canada, because the traditional PR pathways like express entry, refugee status, and spousal sponsorship really don't work anymore. Why? Well, let's start with express entry in 2025. Right now, the lottery is only for people with over a 520-point score. Furthermore, the federal government has reduced provincial nominee program admissions by 50%. They have cut it in half. And on top of this, the LMIA no longer provides 50 additional points to fortify your application, right? This is a screenshot of the Ontario government website where they are showing their 2025 nomination allocation, where they have reduced provincial nominee program admissions by 50%, right? And so this has become an unrealistic pathway for most people. And if we look at spousal sponsorship as a pathway, it's not much better. And the reason for that is there has been more marriage fraud for spousal sponsorships than ever before. And the IRCC is cracking down on spousal sponsorship as a result, right? If the marriage is perceived as a marriage of convenience, this will stain your record for the next 10 years because it'll be listed as a deliberate misrepresentation, which essentially is fraud, right? And it will not only affect your applications, but anyone who you try to sponsor. And if we look at refugee claims as a pathway, well, these have an extremely low approval rate to begin with. They also take 2 to 3 years to process, and most cases don't have genuine grounds. If refused, it becomes nearly impossible to apply for any other visa or spousal or immigration program anywhere in the entire world, which is essentially a death sentence for your immigration status, right? And often this leaves you with an expired visa, which forces you to illegally stay in Canada, which has a new set of problems on its own. So in order to even have a 1 in 13 chance of securing PR in Canada in 2025, you need to match all of these eligibility criteria, or as many as possible. Young age, 20 to 29 years old, to be able to get the maximum CRS points for age up to 110. You need to have very strong English and or French language skills. We're talking a CLB 9 or 10 on the IELTS. That's an 8+ in listening, reading, writing, and speaking. To get another 160 points maximum for your first official language. You need a high level of education, a master's degree, a PhD, a Canadian degree or ECA. You need to be a skilled worker, have 3+ years of skilled experience, especially in demand occupations. And ideally, this work experience should be in Canada, as well as potentially study experience to supplement it. You should ideally have spousal factors, like your spouse should have strong language skills, high education, or Canadian work experience. And you should be ideally able to stack additional bonus factors, like having an arranged job in Canada already, being a provincial nominee, having siblings in Canada, right? You need all of this for a 1 in 13 chance, right? And so the chances of securing PR in 2025 are really comparable to, statistically, getting into Harvard, rolling 2 on two 6-sided dice, giving birth to twins, being colorblind, or even becoming a millionaire. Getting PR in Canada through the lottery-based system has become comparable to winning the actual lottery. Now, what if there was a way to go around the lottery system? While most temporary residents are fighting over the very few invitations that get sent out, BC only sent out 12 this year, by the way. What if there was a method of backdoor entry, which allowed you to secure PR regardless of your CRS score? This is exactly what the H&C application is. And now we'd like to show you, secret number 2, the best way to secure PR in 2025 without a CRS score of 520+ through the H&C application. Now, what exactly is the H&C application? Well, the Humanitarian and Compassionate Grounds application, the H&C application, is a special request to stay in Canada permanently when you don't qualify through regular immigration programs, but you have exceptional personal circumstances, like deep community ties, family hardship, or risks you'd face if you were to leave, that make it fair and compassionate for you to remain here. Now, the beauty of the H&C application is, because the H&C application is based on qualitative personal factors, it is not points-based. Your CRS score does not matter. And not only is it not points-based, it is not quota-based either. Meaning there is no limit to how many H&Cs the Canadian government can grant each year. No limit. As long as the application is compelling, you have a chance to be granted PR. Officers have broad discretion to consider life circumstances and show empathy, and no other PR pathway offers this benefit. Now, if this wasn't enough to convince you that the H&C application may be the best little-known opportunity in Canadian immigration today, here are 15 reasons why the H&C may be your best chance of securing PR in 2025. We've already covered it's not quota-based, it's not points-based either, and it has discretionary flexibility. But furthermore, it can also be an alternative to deportation. You can apply even if you're out of status. There's no need for a sponsor. You have no risk of misrepresentation flagging. It can be done while remaining in Canada. It offers the possibility of open work permit. It must protect the best interests of your children legally. Multiple factors can be combined based on your personal circumstances to build a strong case. There are no future penalties if you are refused. It's more honest than gaming other systems, and it offers a strategic legal advantage because it is qualitative. If you have a law firm with experience in H&Cs, they can use what's at their disposal as far as resources, experience, and edge cases in order to be able to craft the most compelling document and case possible. And now I want to show you secret number 3, how to dramatically increase and maximize your chances of approval for the agency with a proven agency blueprint. Now, with the agency, you're going to be able to do the following. You're going to be able to apply without points or quotas, as we've covered. Your case is reviewed on its own merits. It's not ranked by a CRS score or an invitation system. You'll be able to qualify even without status. One of the only ways to apply for PR after a visa expiry or while out of status. You may be able to stay in Canada while it's processed. You have the possibility to remain legally in the country and in some cases even work during your application. You avoid needing a sponsor. No spouse, no employer or family required. Perfect for those without Canadian ties. And you can build your case around your story. Officers have discretion to weigh hardship, community ties, and your children's best interests. Now you may be thinking, this sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? The H&C is an extremely rigorous and time-consuming application to complete. This is the catch. As a result, filing takes the average firm 2 to 3 months to complete, and at an average cost of $15,000. Sometimes more. This simply is not a realistic option for the average temporary resident, which is exactly why Mandall Immigration Law has invested in becoming one of the first firms in Canada with a dedicated H&C division. This has allowed us to create a specialized H&C process to complete the work more accurately and efficiently than anyone else in the industry, reducing filing times from 2 to 3 months on average down to within only 14 days of document collection. 14 days of document collection, while also allowing us to offer the service at 30% of the market price, $5,000 versus $15,000, while providing you with a client portal where you can see your application and documentation changes in real time, along with 7 days a week access to an agency specialist who can answer questions regarding your application at any time and update you on your file. We also review the entire file with you before submitting your application to ensure your clarity and confidence is secured, something most law firms simply don't care enough to do. This is a look at a version of an agency application with no personal information on it, right? And you can see on the application sample, 22 pages. 22 pages. This is how extensive, elaborate, and thorough our process for the agency application is. This is the level of dedication and detail we put into securing a future in Canada for our clients. And this is the same process our team of experienced agency specialists has used to successfully file over 200 agency applications, all within 14 days of document receipt at the most competitive price in the industry with the highest chance of approval, allowing us to support hundreds of temporary residents in securing their future here in Canada. Now, if any of this sounds even remotely interesting to you, or you're just a little curious about how you can possibly leverage the agency application in order to apply for PR without points, quotas, CRS scores, or invitation systems, qualify even after visa expiry or if you are out of status, legally remain in Canada while the application is processed, avoid needing to involve a sponsor of any kind in your application, and build your case around your story to maximize your chances of securing a future here in Canada. And ultimately, you would like some clarity on how to do this quickly, affordably, and legally. We'd like to offer you the opportunity to book in a no-cost H&C consultation, where we'll show you step by step how we would approach building your unique H&C case to support your PR candidacy. All you need to do is click the I Want an Agency call button, number 1. Number 2, fill out the agency consultation application. And number 3, you'll meet with an advisor who will confirm if you qualify for the consultation call. If your application meets the criteria, you'll have the opportunity to speak with an agency specialist private lawyer from our team of experts. Now make sure to book fast as the slots don't generally last very long, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you for joining us today at Mandall Immigration Law. I am Miro Gacic, Director of Client Engagement and Development, and we look forward to helping you secure your future here in Canada.